Hello everyone. Today I will tell you how you can download and install Kali Linux in your operating system. So let's begin. In order to run Kali Linux in your operating system, you need to have either VirtualBox or VMware Workstation Pro. So to download either VMware Workstation Pro, you can go to the given link in the description and you will be redirected to broad.com. From here, you have to make an account on broad.com, and after that you will be able to download this VMware Workstation Pro for personal use only. So you can simply click on download button. Since I already have this downloaded and installed, I will not download it. After downloading it, you simply have to click on launch the executable file and install the VMware. You can also download VirtualBox. You can go to virtualbox.org and simply click on the platform packages depending upon what operating system you are using. So go ahead and download it and simply click on next and click on install. After that, you have to also download the Kali Linux ISO file. For that, you need to go to kali.org and simply click on installer image. After that, you will be presented with the Kali Linux installer file. Go ahead and download it. If your system configuration is not of 64-bit, it is of 32-bit, click on 32-bit and download it from here. When you will be opening the VMware Workstation for the first time, you will be presented with this dashboard. Simply click on create a new virtual machine. Let it be on the default setting. Click on next. Select I will install the operating system later. Click on next. Select the operating system as Linux. Select the version of the operating system. I have selected as Debian 12 x 64-bit. Click on next. Give the name to your virtual machine. I will give it as demo and browse to the location where you want to keep this virtual machine. Simply click on browse. This folder, I will select the folder and click on next. Here you have to give the disk size. The minimum requirement is 20 GB and the maximum depends on your system configuration. So I would give 25 GB. Now here you have to select split virtual disk into multiple files. Click on next. This is the configuration of your virtual machine. Click on finish. Your virtual machine will appear here. Mine is demo. Click on edit virtual machine. Now select the memory for this virtual machine. You can use these symbols as your reference. Since mine maximum recommended memory is of 6 GB, so I will keep it as 2.8. Now I will select the number of processors. Number of processor depends on how many actually processor you have. So to check that, go to task manager, click on performance. Here you can see so how many processors and how many cores you have. You can see here. For the video purpose, for this installation purpose, I will be selecting 2 only and number of core as 1. But if you want to perform some heavy task, I would recommend click on the number of processor as 4. So after selecting it, navigate to the CD DVD section. Here you have to select on use ISO image file. Click on browse. After clicking on browse, navigate to the folder where you have stored your ISO file. I am navigating to the folder where mine is present. So I will select it and here comes the ISO file. Here is the network adapter. I will keep it as default as net and the rest is same. I would suggest keep the network adapter as net. After you have done all the setups in Kali Linux, then you can change it to bridge. But before doing setup, keep it as net. Okay. Click on OK. Now you can click on power on this virtual machine and we can start with the configuration of the Linux. Now we have to click on graphical installation. Click on it and press enter. Use up down key to navigate. Now it will ask you to select a language. Select your location and select the keyboard configuration. Now it will do its process. Wait for some time. During the installation process, you have to be patient, so it will take some time, but once done properly, you will be enjoying the power of Kali Linux. Now here you have to give the host name. I will keep it as default. Click on continue. Domain name, you don't have to give anything. Click on continue. Now select your username. I will select default, that is Kali. I will click on continue. Username, you can give whatever username that you want. Choose password that is easy to remember. Click on continue. It will do the disk detection and partition. So wait for that to happen. Now select guided user entire disk. Select the first option only, use entire disk. Click on next. Click on continue and select all files in one partition. Recommended. Click on continue. Now click on continue. Here you have to change from no to yes. Click on yes and click on continue. Now it will install the base system. Wait for a while. After it has done its process, you will be presented with this screen. Make it default. Don't change anything. Click on continue. Now that you will be presented with this screen, select yes and click on continue. After that, you will be presented with this screen. Just select dev/sda, click on continue, and your group loader will be downloaded. It will reboot your system in the sense Kali Linux virtual machine. So it will load up Linux that you have just installed successfully. Now, after that, you will be presented with your login screen of Kali Linux. So enter what you have given, the username and the password here. The installation for Kali Linux is done. This was the installation of Kali Linux in VMware Workstation. I will tell you now what you have to do if you want to install Linux in VirtualBox. Just simply open VirtualBox, click on New, and give the name to the virtual machine. So I will give it as Linux. Select the folder where you want to store this virtual machine and leave the ISO image for now. We will select it later. Select the type as Linux and select the version as Debian 12 64-bit. Click on next. Give the base memory as you like. Give the number of processors. Here I will give the number of processors as 2. I will move to the next part. Click on next. Now you have to give the virtual hard disk space. So recommended is 20 GB. You can give whatever you want according to your system configuration. Click on next. This is the configuration. Click on finish. Here the machine will appear. Go to settings and go to advanced. Click on bidirectional. Select bidirectional and everything looks fine. Go to system. Here everything looks fine. Go to display. Enable 3D acceleration. Video memory. Do it 128. And now in storage. No disk file image selected. Click on this icon. Choose a disk file and browse to the location where you have installed the Linux ISO file. Simply do it. Click on network type. Let it be a NAT for this. Click on OK. You have to simply press on start and you have to do the similar process that you have done in VMware Workstation to install the Linux. Now let me tell you what you have to do after. installing and doing the initial setups of Kali Linux. Just simply click on your virtual machine and power on the virtual machine. And one more thing I want to tell you is that if you face any kind of problem while powering on and have this kind of screen, just simply restart your virtual machine again. It is not the problem on our side, it is the problem at the backend, or it is the problem with the Kali Linux itself. So nothing we can do that, just simply restart it. It will work fine again. So after that, you will be prompted with your login page. Simply enter username and password and wait for a while to load. Now I will tell you what you have to do to make your Kali Linux work smoothly. Simply open the terminal, write sudo apt update and apt upgrade. Press enter, give your password. It will be installing the latest packages. Now you have to write Y to continue. Simply write Y and press enter. It will be doing its thing and you will be having an updated Kali. If you want to be a root user, simply write sudo su. So you will become a root user, and root user has elevated privileges. Once you will be using the Linux, you will get to know what is the difference between a normal user and a root user. So yeah, start using the Kali Linux and enjoy. Thank you and bye bye.